Damapada! I was not expecting to make a video this early, bro. I had plans! I thought this was gonna come out next month, and then Marvelous was just like, no, fuck your plans, bitch. You have a life, you better drop it! Being a fan means I'm constantly at odds with Marvelous anyway. But because of that, I am genuinely so sorry that this video is late. I wanted to make this as soon as it went up, but I literally did not have the means to make this video when the list dropped. And to make matters worse, it's supposed to go on sale on the 27th at noon JST. Depending on when this video goes up, that could be a few hours from now to a few hours ago. And anyone who's ever bought merch before knows how torturous it is to do so. I am so sorry I was not able to get this done faster. I do hope that everyone is able to get the merchandise they want, even if they have to rely on resale from the get-go. I do want to let you know that if you're planning on leaving my video to look for yourself or you're going to continue to watch it, the party catalog has major Bokupre 3 spoilers, and I know not everyone has watched it yet. So if you're unaware but you want to get ahead of the curve anyway, please just be aware that you will see stuff from Bokupre 3. I won't tell you what to do, but I won't warn you any further. But the purpose of this video is to serve as a guide to those who want merch from the party catalog, whether this is your first time buying or you've bought before. We got a lot of new fans last year, and I want to help those who may want to spend their money this summer. That being said, I want to make a few things clear. This is a guide for online international buyers. If you are attending party based in Japan or have the means to buy directly, this guide is not for you, and I am not the person to help you. I'm gonna be frank, you might have better luck asking Japanese fans on Twitter. If you are who I am describing, I'm sorry I cannot be of help to you, but I do wish you luck on your merch hunt. Because I know not everyone is based in the same country, I will be listing the prices as is. Just know that there is a tax on all of these prices. I will leave conversions and conversion rates to the individual. Along with that, this is not going to account for proxy service fees, shipping fees, direct duty paid, or tariff rates if any of those apply to you. I am leaving all of those calculations to the individual. Now, earlier this year, Marvelous has incorporated a proxy shopping cart for at least the United States, where I am based, specifically Bai. However, if you have an alternative preferred proxy service, you should still be able to use it as long as you know how the service works. I am not sponsored or giving any recommendations, but my personal preferred service is Zen Market. I believe I covered all the bases, but if you have any questions, whether it be related to this section or any other part of the video, feel free to ask and I will do my best to answer in a timely manner. With all that out of the way, let's look at the actual merchandise. Now, right off the bat, they have made plans to put old merch on resale. However, most of these will be venue exclusives and not available online. Only the Part 3 pamphlet, the fan keychains, the Otagiri 2-shot, and the bromide sets have been made available online since the announcement, with the exception of Curlock. Why? He's played by Nyelf Stomach. If you don't know who that is, that's fine. I haven't watched Gav either. But you should know he is the reason you shouldn't be a fan of Hayato Natsume, because he is actively making my life harder to buy merch of Hayato Natsume. I'm a fan of Hayato Natsume, if you couldn't tell. But that brings us to our first random product, the fan keychains, which is literally just a blind bag system. There is no way to guarantee who you'll get if you order random. Now, if you're not aiming for anyone and you just want to test your luck, go for it. But if you are looking for a specific character, you might save more money on resale. But depending on who you're looking for, resale competition might be tough, so do weigh your options. Also, it looks like Clown is being retired for Party. For good reason, but if you were a fan of this design or this specific character, I'm sorry you won't get to see more of him in Party. Masataka Nakagauchi is getting more merch though, so if you're a fan of the actor himself, you can still buy merch of him. But going into the actual party catalog, you can see that we are finally getting more merch of Nobara Hidenuma! Fuck. Sorry, but my girl only got a criminal 9 pieces of merch before party, and that didn't even include an acrylic stand. I'm so happy she's getting more now. First item on the list is the official party pamphlet, listed at 3,000 yen. The pamphlet is essentially a book containing information about the show, along with main staff and cast comments. It is A4 sized with 42 pages. However, it doesn't look like we're getting any character creation from Toshie Kawamura this time around, if you are the type to look forward to that. It does warn that it contains event spoilers, and I'm not sure what it means by that, especially since nobody exactly knows what party is supposed to be yet, but do keep that in mind if you want to purchase this ahead. Then we got the special character book, listed at 2,500 yen. Now, while the pamphlets should have some character information, the special character book will be revealing more information, and as suggested by the listing, some of which has never been revealed before. It is A5 sized with 30 pages and information on everyone but the basketball club, Soichiro Tengen, the King of Darkness, and most disrespectfully, Himenuma, because God forbid women do anything. And then we got probably one of the most exciting things in the catalog, the Stella Brace. It only took them 3 years, but they finally put a Stella Brace on the market at 3,600 yen. These are measured to be about 280 by 65 millimeters. They did note that because of the manufacturing process, there may be some visible lines, but they aren't damaged by any means. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't come with any pre-recorded voices or sounds, because nobody would buy that, of course. Nobody would buy that. But it does come with 6 different settings, so you only need to buy one. There's Cure Top, Cure Lock, Cure Soul, Cure Kagura, Cure Break, and Dark Top, who, contrary to popular belief, is a dark pink cure. Sorry, all jokes aside, I am actually really excited about this. And then we got 29 sets of bromide pairs, all 500 yen each. All bromides in the catalog are 8.9 by 12.7 centimeters. All of the main cast have 2 sets, with the exception of the Otagiris, who have 3, and those in smaller roles, such as Soichiro Tengen, the King of Darkness, Dark Top, and the Stella Dancers, shout out to the Stella Dancers, by the way, only get 1. Now, Dark Top has more merch than this, but I don't think this means he's going to return. I think at best he'll show up in a flashback, but I think these listings are for people who wanted more than 3 pieces of Dark Top merch. And it's working, because holy shit, he has a parasol! Oh my god! All the characters who have 2 sets and the Otagiris have 4 types of photos. One with them standing, surrounded by confetti, one with them sitting in a star-shaped spotlight, one with them dancing on a colorful stage, and one with them jumping in the dark with golden ribbons surrounding them. The Pretty Cure are all sporting 4 different outfits: the school uniform, commemoration uniform, Pretty Cure form, and Max Beat form. Both of Patadou's sets have his light and dark version. They also have a few more of the Fairy of Darkness in the catalog, so if you are a fan of this design, you have a chance to get more merch. As for his mascot form, they're not selling it, because nobody would buy that, of course. Nobody would buy that. The basketball club is wearing their school uniform and basketball uniform to remind everyone that Bokupre was and always will be a sports anime. The generals are wearing their work clothes and general clothes, and this also made me realize that they never made merch of Purified Himenuma, and they probably never will. Because nobody would buy that, of course. Nobody would buy that. The Otagiris are wearing an open jacket version of their school uniform and their evil prima forms. The first 2 sets are of them individually, and the third set is of them together. And Taiyo Asabuki is sporting his school uniform, evil crumper form, and competition uniform. The variants depend on which type you're getting, so make sure to double check before purchasing. Then we got the acrylic stand sets, both being random and listed at 1,000 yen a piece. These are approximately a max height of 97 millimeters, with the height depending on the character. The first set is the club activity version, which has the Kiriboshi Dance Club in their commemorative uniforms, the basketball club in practice jerseys, the Montensei Dance Club with open jacket uniforms, Taiyo Asabuki in his competition uniform, and Soichiro Tengen supporting his son. The second set is the evil version, which has Dark Top, the Fairy of Darkness, Choreographer, Rosaliard, Evil Prima, Evil Crumper, and the King of Darkness. Then we have two sets of random photo cards with extractable audio of the associated characters having a one-sided conversation. You have to extract it using a code on the back of the card on a website. Or so I've heard. I haven't tried it yet because I'm scared it's going to blow up in my face. The audio will be available for 2 years and you can listen for 6 months once extracted. Now, to be clear about the random selection, the photo cards are random, but the audio is not. If you have 2 of the same cards, you will get the same audio. I don't know who knew that. I hope I wasn't talking to nobody just now. These are 54 by 85 millimeter foil cards. Both sets are listed at 6,000 yen a piece. The first set is the party version, which has the Kiriboshi Dance Club in their commemorative uniform, Pas de Deux, the basketball club in practice jerseys, Muroi, Himenuma, Taiyo Asabuki in his competition uniform, and the Montensei Dance Club in their competition uniform, which, side note, thank God! What is with all the open jackets? This is literally the only piece of merch that features the actual uniform. No bromides, no acrylic stands. Because nobody would buy that, of course. Nobody would buy that. The second set is the color version, which features Pretty Cure Max Beat, the Fairy of Darkness, Choreographer, Rosaliard, Evil Prima, Evil Crumper, and Dark Top. Next up, we got 2 random 6-pointed star ring light sets with bromides listed at 1,000 yen a piece. The language of this is very confusing, so let me clear it up. You can select your bromide. If you want Gaku Hoshikawa, you will get Gaku Hoshikawa. The ring lights are random. So if you purchase Pas de Deux, you might end up getting Himenuma's ring light, which is a win in my book, but others might disagree. So again, ring lights are random, bromides are not. Instead of explaining the dimensions, I'm just going to show you a ring light I already have. Kind of small, but pretty thick. This one only takes 1 battery, but according to the website, the new ones take 2 CR1616 batteries. They should be included. The bromides are love letter themed with what looks like the characters handing you a love letter instead of the other way around, which I can admit is pretty cute. It also looks like the third years are graduating in these photos, and the otagiris have their jackets open. Anyway, the A set has Gaku, Sasana, Maido, Kei, Mitsuru, and Taiyo. The B set has Hayato, Koga, Pas de Deux, Muroi, Himenuma, Yuria, and Nemu. And finally, we have what might be the highlight of the catalog, the mascot cleaners, or as I like to call them, the balls. These are a complete set of 5 for 6,000 yen, meaning you make one purchase of 6,000 yen and you have all 5. I accidentally shit myself the other day because I couldn't read and was wondering why they were charging so much for something so small. The balls are going to be this big. There is a note on how the seams may look white due to the manufacturing process, but they aren't damaged and the size actually varies from character to character, which I will say is a choice. That is the entire party catalog. I ran the numbers, and assuming you get no dupes, completing the catalog would cost a minimum of 76,600 yen. Which admittedly is a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be, but it's also just not a wise way to spend your money. I hope all of you are able to use it wisely as well. There is a note that if you order by August 6th, they will ship by August 17th, so don't expect these to fly to your door right away. The merch website will go, or has gone, live on July 27th, 12 o'clock p.m. JST. please check your time zones. I am once again so sorry I was not able to get this out sooner. If you made it to the end of the video, did you find this helpful? If so, yay! If not, I am so sorry. There's not really much I can do at this point. If you are new to merch hunting for the show, welcome to hell, and I am not exaggerating. You will learn that very quickly. I already know where my money is going. I'm sure a lot of you have figured that out as well. All jokes aside, I truly wish everyone luck on their merch hunts and hope that you can all get some, if not all, of the merch that you want. Good luck, have fun, try not to die. I will see you all momentarily.